So on a rainy Sunday morning, we started on our trip to Athirapally Falls. So Athirapally Falls is like 2 hours drive from Kochi through the dense forests of the countryside, and this is the very same waterfall on which the shooting of the movie Bahubali was done. So it is supposed to be the largest waterfall till date. This is the road that we have taken. So just now you have seen my sister's home and the road. So this is the thing about Kochi and in a broader sense about Kerala. Where the city ends and where the country's life starts, it's very difficult to make a clear demarcation. So on the way we had this beautiful new fruit that I discovered for the first time. So these are basically they look like some weird stingy thing from the outside, but inside the taste as well as the texture is very similar to what a lychee is. So there you can see one of the grains. So this is exactly, it tastes exactly like a lychee, but the texture is a bit different. So it's drier than lychee, it's not fluidy and liquidy like lychee. So we had some raw date palms and this lychee kind of fruit on the way, and there you can see there is this, I think, water kingdom also on the way that we passed through. While we were passing through it, we were thinking of going inside, but then we didn't have a lot of time. So we were pretty hungry by the time we had reached half the distance, and we stopped by a stall. That's where we had some small snacks. So that's paratha and a egg curry. So this small shack where we were having this breakfast, if you just walk behind the shack, you can see the Chalakudi river. So this is the very river that forms the Athirapally waterfall, and the entire road basically passes adjacent to this river. So there is this small lane that leads to the river where you can get some mesmerizing views of the river itself. So as you can see, it started raining pretty heavily by this time, and it was even difficult for us to walk from the shack till our car. So even then my brother-in-law just went outside, got the car and brought it back to the shack so that we can board in. So next Google Map took us to the site that was being shown as Athirapally Waterfall, and we were not sure if the waterfall was there. So we parked our car and I walked till the river, and this is what I saw there. The view is completely mesmerizing. It was raining like cats and dogs even at that point of time. However, this was not the falls that we were going out to. The falls of which we had seen the pictures in Bahubali movie. So the maps had brought us to a wrong location. And by the way, this is not the first location where we had come by mistake. So next you would see that we would be going to another place where we would park our car, but only to find that that also is a wrong location. So this is the second wrong location that we halted at again. So that you can see the car parked. But in all these locations now we were able to see the parts of the waterfall. There you can see the waterfall through the forest. Finally, after searching a lot, we came to the ultimate parking point of Athirapally waterfall. There you can see we're parking our car, and even at this point of time, we are not sure whether this was the final location that we were supposed to reach. So because my sister was also with us, I told them to wait for some time and let me just go out and check if it's the correct location. And there is this viewpoint from which I was first able to get a grand glimpse of the waterfall. So walking a bit further up from that viewpoint, I was able to reach the final entry point of Athirapally Waterfalls. So there are all these restaurants and shops just at the entry point of the waterfall, where you can have some hearty little Kerala style snacks and lunch, and just look at the view from this restaurant itself. So you can get a proper glimpse of the waterfall even while you are while munching your snacks, right? So all these shops with teddy bears and goodies are outside the gate. We also got an umbrella there, and this umbrella would basically save our day, because if we didn't get that umbrella, I don't think we would have been able to explore the fall to a greater extent. And there you can see our closest cousins also. So there is this thing about Athirapally waterfall. There are lots of monkeys in and around, and you should be careful with your belongings. They snatch whatever thing they will find you not paying proper attention to, and then would just jump into the trees and it would be lost to you. So be careful, right? The ticket charge per person for adults was like 50 bucks. If you are carrying a camera, I think there are some additional charges, but for mobiles, which is the norm, which has basically replaced all cameras nowadays, so there is no additional charge. So there is this small walk from the gate of the falls till the waterfall. So it's around, I think it should be somewhere around 500 to 600 meters, so that you have to walk. And again, it passes through this dense forest and this lane, which is beautifully guarded by these yellow railings. There you can see my sister also walking with us till the very edge of the falls. Just look at her, she is so energetic all the time, not even tiring a bit. uh, I mean, if would have given her the confidence, she might even have gone down right to the waterfall itself. But no, that would have been too much for us. So we asked her to wait in the shack outside the waterfall, and me, Boo Boo, and my brother-in-law, we went down to this first part of the waterfall. So this is not exactly the base of the waterfall. This is the top part of the waterfall, and I wasn't very sure till the last moment that we could even go to the base. That is something that I came to know of much later, when my brother-in-law finally told me. But from the top itself, just enjoy the view for the time being. There were lots of people because it was a Sunday, and everyone was out there exploring the nature after all these lockdowns with COVID and all. There you can see the first few glimpses of the grand sight in front of us. Enjoy the view, guys. So at the top part of the waterfall, there is this shack where there were some security guards present that was crafted right at the center of the waterfall on a rock. Right, you can see behind me. Bahubali waterfall. हो गया, देखना हो गया. Athirapally Waterfall on Chelakkudi River. This is where Bahubali was shot. I've taken a lot of clips. Let's see if I'm able to do justice to the beauty of this place. Look at this hut in the middle of the river. That's the best position to be in. But unfortunately you can't get inside that way. We also bought this umbrella. So now we are just entering the bottom of the waterfall, and here you can see the environment is completely different from what it was at the top. The entire area is flooded with mist. There you can see the huge waterfall falling right in front of us, and just wait and see what happens when we go nearer to the falls. The complete area is wet. I mean, you cannot stay dry in this place and the umbrella, it would hardly make any difference. So after drenching in this alien environment for like half an hour, there you can see both of us completely wet, me and Gugu. We started on our way back to Kochi. So although the trip was of 8 hours, the memory we carried from that trip were for a lifetime. Thank you for enjoying the video. Please like and subscribe.